join our second session on Jammu and Kashmir Economic Association and in the Center for Global South. I welcome our next resource person, Dr. Lucky Pandya, and our moderator, Devanshi Mehta. Over to you, Devanshi.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Uh, my name is Ms. Devanshi Mehta, and currently I'm working as a temporary assistant professor in Department of Business Economics, the MS University of Baroda. I now take the opportunity to introduce our next guest speaker, that is Mr. Lucky Pandey. And Lucky, at the age of 26, has accomplished to work as a climate change expert and a public health expert. He's currently working at IQVIA for the National Center for Disease Control under Ministry of Health, Government of India. He is also a part of a project funded by Asian Development Bank on air quality monitoring and climate health surveillance, with a particular focus on improving surveillance system and collaborating with public health and environmental stakeholders. He also has an experience as a data analyst at Satwa Consulting. He specializes in data-driven impact evaluations and previous roles in monitoring and evaluation for developmental solutions in corporation. And he also has experience of research at Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. His expertise area extends to various tools like Stata, R, Power BI, and his research interest includes vulnerability assessment, health economics, and evidence-based policy frameworks. I welcome our next guest speaker, Mr. Lucky Pandey. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Devanshi, for the this lovely introduction. Uh, and first of all, I would like to thank you, Dr. Fedos and Dr. Bhagirath Bharia, for giving me this opportunity and the organizers for this for this lovely opportunity. So today, as you're aware, that I will be going to take a session on the Tableau. So before moving forward, just wanted to know check a hygiene, do a hygiene check from the audience at how many of you know about the Tableau and how have you used in their work experience. So I'm just going to flash uh, one link on the chat. So requesting you everyone to kindly uh, go and put your just give the answer, and I'll be flashing your answers on the screen quickly. So here's the chat. This is a Menti link. Have everyone received this link?
Yes,
Cool.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll quickly flash my screen and see what are the how people are responding here. Just give me a moment. Okay. I would request everyone please answer this and please uh, yeah, please participate in this particular activity. So this is really amazing thing. Okay. So first I asked how familiar are you with Tableau? Okay, 63%, 62% said they have heard about it and but never use it. Okay. Out of which 14% said they had never heard about it. Okay. Okay, 8% says they use it regularly. Interesting. Okay. Please everyone please participate. Okay. Use it few times, 15%. Got it. Got it. Okay. Everyone, please, requesting you to please participate. Interesting poll is coming up here. 63%, 17%. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So more or less 63% heard about it, but they have never used it. Got it. And where else 6% use it regularly. This is interesting to know. I'm just popping up the next question. So please answer that as well. Yeah. So next question is, what do you hope to achieve by the end of this session? So you have to write a one word response, one or two word. Can you access this particular slide? Okay. Knowledge. Someone said knowledge.
Yes.
Familiar to use. Application to data. Okay, interesting. Everyone, please, I ask for your participation. Some idea, good knowledge, skill. Okay. Get started with Tableau for the data. Okay. Okay. Data presentation. Yeah, exactly.
Participants are requested to click on the same link. The question is available over there.
जो सिखा ओके जो भी इसने लिखा है काफी होपफुल है ये रिसर्च डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन बेटर विजुअलाइजेशन ऑफ डेटा ओके ओके ease of using knowledge and application know something new develop new research. I'm not sure about it develop new research but let's see what can be done to learn new insight about research in Tableau. Okay, using big data in research. Perfect. So what? Okay, use of Tableau and how it is different from other software. Increase my knowledge in econometrics and this data and Power BI tool research. Okay, so basically, more or less, people are looking forward for the data visualization, right? And this is what Tableau is all about. So I will just stop my screen sharing. Okay, so mostly as Paul suggested, that 63% know about the Tableau, and it doesn't matter whether you have used it or not, but we have generally seen that in academics, Tableau is not preferred. More or less in the corporate, Tableau is preferred widely because it's a great data visualization software. Yeah, and whereas just now Hershey's have like just given the session on the R. R is a great tool for great software for the data analysis, where Tableau is for data representation, data visualization. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll quickly show you how Tableau, whole Tableau looks like, how you can present the, make a dashboard, how can you do the data visualization in a very interesting, very dynamic look. And trust me, Tableau or Power BI is the tool, is the is the data visualization software, I would say, which gives life to your data. It's not just a filthy long data that people are bored. It's a very interesting insights to get in. So I'll share my screen and we'll start on the Tableau application. Okay, so everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Just a second. So see, there are two ways you can do the use it Tableau. So first of all, I have shared the Tableau set of file to Bhagirath sir, Dr. Bhagirath Baria. He will be sharing that file with you all. So that's a Tableau desktop version.
Sir, it has
So,
already been shared with the participants.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing out with the audience. So as you have already received the link of the Tableau setup, so you have to just set up that Tableau on your desktop and you are good to go. Initially, this Tableau is free for 15 days, 13 days. 13 days, it has a 13 days free trial where you can access all the, all the features and you can publish your data online. Whereas after 13 days, you have to pay for the software. If you wanted to download your, I would say download. If you wanted to download your output, then you have to pay for the advanced fees. Else, you will be able to use, after 13 days also. Okay. So first of all, what we will be going to use that, like I'll just show you what is the data set we are going to use here. So here comes the big data. So in today's time we all mostly talk about the big data, right? AI, ML, doing the machine learning, preparing on the high data sets, volume of data. crores of observations, lakhs of observation data set, right? So what is basically a big data set? Big data set is nothing but it's just it's a volume of data. How your volume of data comes in, number of observations, number of variables, yeah, and the intricacies and the nuances of variables which are interconnected to each interdependent on other variables. So this is a big data. So here we will be using a data set which is a good enough, I would say not big data, but it's a large data set. To access a big data, you most of the time, Excel is also not compatible to use the big data, where that's the that's a drawback of Excel. And after Excel, R or Stata comes in, and there we use the R and Stata or other MATLAB.
Just a second, sir. Participants are requested to mute their mics. Please do not cause any disturbance during the session.
Cool. So I would request everyone, if you have any query, please unmute and ask directly. I'm happy to answer your queries in between the session, and whatever your observations are, you wanted to add give advice or give a suggestion, or if you have any query, please point me at particular point of time, and I'll happy to answer your query. So starting from the data set, so if you see here, today we will be using the credit card complaint data, right? And this data set is a hypothetical data set. It's not real data. So we have generated, this is a sample data set as well as historical, but this is not a real data set. So just we are, for the purpose of practice and purpose of the application, we will be using this one. So first of all, whenever you get the data, you should not deadly jump to the analysis or deadly jump into the software or any other tools. You should first of all focus on the data. What this data is saying? What's the nuance of data? What is the granularity of data? Right? What are the variables we have in place? And with that variables, with that observations, how you can perform the analysis? What's the motivation? What's the research question you wanted to have, right? Does your data fulfill your research question or not? So before moving into directly tool or going into the Tableau, let's say for here we are using Tableau. Before going to Tableau, we'll see what is the data set we have. What is the kind of data we have in place, right? So first of all, if you see, we have the company name. Here you can see the Synchrony Financial, JP Morgan Chase, Sterling Jewelers, Citibank. Yeah. These are the banks which they provided their credit cards to the company, to the customers, right? And so if you see TD Bank, Bank of America, so these are the company's name. Here the next variable is company name, company response to customer. As I mentioned, that this is a credit card complaint data set, right? So this particular variable says company response to customer. Whether that the complaints of the customers has been closed or not. If it has been closed, what is the response to customer? So if you can see, we closed, we have the observations such as closed with non-monetary relief, closed with explanation, right? Closed with monetary relief. Next, we have the complaint category. In the complaint category, we what is they're saying? We have the billing disputes, closing cancellation, account, right? Delinquent account, advertising and marketing. So customers who are facing this kind of issues on their credit card, right? And then we have the complaint ID, which is very important variable in the data set, as we should have a unique ID in all the data set to proceed to give a unique observation name, to give a unique name to each observations, right? Then we have the complaint, customer complaint narrative. This is a blank, totally blank. Then we have consumer consent provided, whether the consumer consent was provided or not. So here we have any data set. And then the next is consumer content provided and all. So yeah, just quickly show you what are the kind of variables we have. Then we have the date, right? dimension, as I mentioned, what's the dimension, billing dispute, bankruptcy and all. And the most important is number of records. So what I have done is that I have created a variable named as number of records, which means that for each of the observations, we have given the one number, right? Uh, what this will do is that it will give a total number of records of all the complaints, right? So to get a sum of all the complaints, we have generated one new variable named as number of records. Got it? So this is the data set we have. Do anyone have any question or suggestion or any thinking? Just let me know. So shall I move?
So
Shall I
there is
move
a
to that
question in
tablet?
the
Yeah.
chat box. It is how big data is different from high frequency.
So as I mentioned, there's no clear definition of what is big data is, but it generally depends on the volume of data, right? So if I say that there are, so let's say if I take the example of marketing data, right? If I wanted to know that uh, PepsiCo is selling how much units of Pepsi cold drinks all over the world. So if you take the data from each and every outlet, the kind of volume we'll be getting in crores, right? Daily basis, the PepsiCo is selling the crores of Pepsi cold drink in all over the world, right? So this is a kind of big data set we are talking about. There's no particular, clear definition, but it all depends on the volume of data, mostly lakhs, crores. These are the data volumes we deal into. That is known as also, big data set. Anyone else?
Sir, due
Okay.
to paucity of time, we would take questions at the end of the session. Will it be?
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. ठीक है. Quickly, I'll move to data Tableau and I'll show you. So in advance, I have prepared the very basic, dashboard of data of the credit card data set, which I showed you. It's a very, very, very small. It's a very, very basic, just to give you the idea, just to give you the interpretation how the data visualization works. I don't wanted to go into the intricacies and nuance of the visualization. So I'll just quickly show you how this the particular dashboard looks like, and we'll see how these small elements of the dashboards are being made. If you can see here, I'll show. Okay, so this is my okay. So this is the dashboard which I have prepared before the session, and we will be using this dashboard and see how this dashboard is being made, right? So if you see here, we have categorized first as a total number of complaints. And what was the total number of complaints? The number of records which we made the variable, right, in the data set. And here you see in the gray one, this is the graph. This is the area graph for the total complaints, right? And this is a month wise data that in March, in April, how much the complaint were there, right? So if you see here, if I scroll, you can see that month of received data, June, and number of records, 6,700, right? Similarly, out of which, out of total complaints, what were the number of, number of timely response by the companies? So there are around 85,934 complaints were resolved, or the company had given the response out of total complaints, right? Which is a 98.9, which is 99%. And if you see here, you can see that this is a gray, and the red one is which is not, this is a 1%, right? The 1% have not given the response yet, and out of which 29 is in progress. This has to be this complaint, 329 complaint has to be company has to give the response, or they have to settle of 329. So if you see here, this is this next one is the map. If you see, what this map indicates is that the eastern part of United States. So this is a United States based data set, right? If you see here, the eastern part of the US has more number of complaints compared to the western side, except the California and this particular west coast side, right? East Coast has the more number of credit card complaints compared to West. So this is why map is used. It's very, very easy to say where the problem is, which geographical region we are getting the problem, and what are the focus approach should we have to resolve this, uh, resolve the problems. And if you come down here, so these are the kind of company's response. What are the response that company has given to the customers? So if you see here, so I have taken their ample amount of explanation, but I have taken the top 10 response of the companies because of to just to simplify the data. So the most issues were closed with an explanation, which is 51,873 records, right? And here we have what were the top issues. So here also the issues were very high. The number of different issues were very large. So just to simplify, I have taken the top 10 issues, credit card complaints issues, right? So first one was billing disputes, followed by others, then identity theft, closing or canceling accounts, yeah, late fees. So all these things are the top issues by the credit card holders. So now if you can see, I'll click on I'll just wanted to see, okay, from the closed with explanation, I wanted to know isme se for this particular one, how many were facing the issues of billing disputes. So I'll click on this one, closed with explanation. Okay. Okay, so this is known as dynamic dashboard. If I click on the particular option which is closed with explanation, you can see now the total billing dispute out of 51,000, out of 51,000, 8,072 were of billing disputes, right? And identity theft was around 4,981. If I click on the closed with monetary relief, you can see that the numbers are changing, right? Numbers are changing and everything is changing over here also in the map as well. See if you can see the map has also changed. Respectively, this total complaints and the timely response and any progress has also changed. If you remember, we had the complaints of 85,000, right? And the in progress was around 329. So all these are changing. So if you can, and if I put in progress, that how many complaints are in progress, which is still to be settled by the company, which is around, you can see 329, right? And if you can see, this graph is also changing. Yeah. So now we have the total pending complaints is 329. And here also, if you see, the issues is also changing. Now I wanted to see out of in progress, how many are of billing disputes. So 72 are of billing dispute, right? Others are 49. Identity theft are of 42. Followed by closing and delinquent account, APR or interest rate related issues. So this is how dashboard looks like. This is a very simple, as I mentioned, very, very basic, very, easy to use, easy to see. But in corporates, what we do in our, organization or in the research as well. So this is very dynamic. It becomes, the data visualization becomes very nuanced. They are big fancy dashboards, and these dashboards are basically really helpful to skip the big line of presentation to make a big PPT, right? We just have to flash this to the client, and we have to just pinpoint that, okay, these areas are facing a lot of issue. We need an immediate intervention over here, right? So it gives you the effect immediately, immediate solution to a problem, which is a very crucial in the corporates or in the organization or any other institution, right? So does anyone have any questions, or shall I move forward and shall show you how it is made?
Participants, does anyone have any question, or we can move ahead?
Cool. I'm assuming that people will ask in the last of the session.
Correct.
Perfect. So first of all, this is a Tableau, Tableau interface. As I told you that I'm using the online version, anyone can use the online version, but it's always good to use desktop version. Due to my laptop, my laptop issue, I'm not able to access the desktop version. Hence, I'm using this particular online version, but it's both online and offline available, so you can use accordingly. So first of all, if you see here, first sheet is data source. The first interface of the Tableau is data sheet. So if you want, now I have showed you data. This is in the Excel format, right? Now we wanted to upload this data set on the Tableau. So to do that, you have to then go here and upload your data, right? So suppose I'll upload from my computer credit card dashboard. It's a 50 MB data set. It takes a little time to upload the file, but not that much. Okay, cool. So now we have the data set uploaded on the Tableau. If you see here, if you can just focus on my screen and see that now we have the first variable company, what we have seen in this Excel. Yeah. Company name, then we have company's public response, then response to customers. If you scroll right side, then you can see complaint categories, complaint IDs, right? Date received, billing disputes and all issues. What are the issues? And then the number of records, right? And here, this is the right, if you see the right part of data, this is your particular data set. And if you just see left hand side of the data here, it will show you the variable name, that what is the variable name for each of the each of the columns, right? So you can see the variable name. Now this is a data set you have. Now we will moving forward. We will make this this beautiful dashboard what we have showed, what just I have showed you now. So we will be making this particular dashboard. How this dashboard is being made. So first is total number of complaints, right? Now I wanted to take out the total number of complaints, which is 86,893. What I'll do, from here you need to add a workspace. You need to add a sheet. So this is a very primary interface of Tableau. Here you have to work, right? To take out first of all, I wanted to see what is the total number of complaints. Now, as I mentioned, that to find out what is the total number of complaints, I have made this particular variable, which was named as number of records, right? Basically, I just need to do the sum of all the number of records, right? So what I'll do, I will just quickly pop it out over here and put this into text. Yes. Now you can see that what Tableau has taken the default sum of number of records. Now I will just realign it and readjust according to the text and Yeah, I'll just give 12 font, black, mid alignment. Okay. And I will just now this, if you can see, this is in the right side, right? I will just go here and tell this Tableau to give a center alignment, and I'll change our name here, sheet name as total complaints. Complaints, right? I'll change the font 12. That's it. Okay, so my first criteria is ready. Okay, my first checkbox is ready, which is total number of complaint. Yeah, total number of complaint is ready. Just now we will move to the next part, which is, if you can see here, I have taken out this graph, right? How this graph is made. I will go back to that sheet, and I'll add one more sheet here. Indicate. I'll just add one more sheet. Now what I'll do is that total number of records. I will drag this down to this row, and I'll change it to yes. So here, if you can see, complaint sparkline. Yeah. So here I have made this particular area graph, right? This is the area graph of uh, total number of records. So what I've done, I just dragged down the month variable to column, right? And said that, and then drag the number of record to the rows. So now it has given, the Tableau has given, made this area graph. I just named this as I name it as a complaints sparkline. This is my complaints claim 12, right? So now our this particular is ready. This particular graph is ready. So this graph is also ready. Okay. Then this is how we do the perform the for the timely response also, you have to perform the same exercise. Okay. So for the timely response, you have to just go to add a new sheet. In after adding a new sheet, you have to drag from here timely response ka we have the uh, one of the variables in the data set only. Just you have to drag that in the main section over here, and Tableau will automatically take that as a sum of all the timely response, and then you will have your number. And just here, if you see timely response I have made already. See, so what I did is that basically I yeah, this one. If you see, the timely response is a variable name, right? I just dragged from here from this table. If you see, left hand side is your all the variables which I showed you in the data set, right? In the this particular Excel data set, all your variable names come here. And what the best part of Tableau is that Tableau automatically detects the type of data, whether it's a continuous data, whether it's a categorical variable, right? Whether your data has a map or not. And then it automatically reads your data and uh, gives the category, assign the categories of your data accordingly, right? So here we get the timely response data as well. Now we will see that now the third element of our dashboard is in progress data, right? Which is 329. Then what I'll do, in progress complaint. So what I'll do is that now here, so I'll just take from here, I'll drag the progress variable to here, right? And now you can see that we have the 329 written over here. Okay. And now I'll just rename it to in progress complaints. I'll change it to Tableau bold, tail number, and then black here. Now we have the in progress data complaint rate as well. Now this means that 329 is a credit card complaint still is pending by the company, which needs to be resolved, right? So now we have created 3 elements of our dashboards. Yeah, this dashboard is ready. Particular first part of our dashboard is ready. Now to make this particular graph, what you need to do is that you need to, I'll just add a new sheet. So here we have the state data. If you can just relook at see, here we have the state, and just left hand side of the state you can see this global sign, which means that this is a map data. We have the geo longitude and the latitude of the geolocation of this all these states. You just need to particularly drag it over here. Now you can see this, yeah, now here the matching happens. Now automatically the Tableau reads the data and auto plot in the map, right? So it has taken the geolocation of the United States for all United States of America and for all the states, right? Here you can see we have all the data, right? See, it automatically relocates the data. Now what we'll do, we just make this map very nicer way, in a more interesting way. So what I'll just go and change the certain settings of this map. Color, automatic. So I'll just change this from to density. What I'm doing now, I want this map to be denser, like how I showed in this here, right? In our dashboard, this is a density map. If you can see, this shows the density of the credit card complaints in all these states, right? So the same thing I wanted to make in my data set. So yeah, this is my density. I'll just quickly change it to map in the, so I now this is a, if you see, this is a light color, right? Background is light. I wanted to make it black. I will go here and make it darker, right? See, now the map is dark, and then I will change this as a temperature data set. If you can see here, now I want this particular graphs to be showed in a temperature wise, right? And I will increase intensity to 85%, let's say. And then yeah, so if you see here's the magic. Now after changing the density and after including the temperature, now this map is ready, and I will change this particular title of this, as I've already done it, state-wise complaint, right? Now see, this is done. This is our map. This is how the maps are being made on Tableau. If you see anywhere on website, any other area that you see the fancy map and heat maps, temperature map, right? So just think that it has been made on Tableau, Tableau or Power BI, because this is the magic what this data visualization does, right? Now this part is also ready. So if you just pay attention, what we are doing, we are creating each sheet for each of the elements. We have not consolidated all in everyone right now, right? We are creating each of the element one by one and creating each sheet for each all the element. In the last part of this of our practice, we will consolidate all the elements in one place, and there we go, we our data dashboard will be ready, right? So mostly 1/3 of our data dashboard work is completed. Now the last part is company's response and the top issues. This is very easy to pick it up. If you come here, I'll set issues. Now what you need to do is that we have the issue variable over here as also. I'll just type it out, issue. Yeah, here. If you can see, I'll just drag down this particular issue here and say key. Okay, now you can see uh, our data is already here, right? So what I have done right now, I just picked I only picked top 10 uh, top 10 complaints, credit card complaints, not all of them, because of, as I mentioned, data, because it has around hundreds of varieties of complaint. So we don't wanted to get into that. We just wanted to see what are the topmost complaint issues are. So if you see here now, Tableau auto generates this bar graph. The best part of Tableau or Power BI it's a very high computing software. You have to just drag your variables in the mainframe of the Tableau, and it will automatically picks what kind of data set it is, and it automatically creates a graph. After which it's on you whether you want that particular graph or not. If you wanted to show data in different way or not, it's on you then, right? Now for the simplicity of the analysis, we are only taking this particular bar graph, right? Now we are top issue is also ready, and then the last part is company's response, right? To make to know what are the response of companies were. What I'll do here, I'll just spread it out. Here we have the variable name as company response to consumer. I will just drag this into rows, right? मैंने यहाँ पे इसको ड्रैग किया. ड्रैग करने के बाद, if you see here, let me set double count, just a second. Okay. Yeah. So I have dragged into rows, and then we have the yeah. So I dragged it out over here. Now after dragging, here you can see that we got the data of company's response, right? Number of records, 50,000 of closed with explanation. And then this is the number of records, right? And the number of records, we have the main data set here. Now, this particular percentage of total we have calculated manually, not manually, but I would say I just write a function over here in the Tableau, and it has picked out of the total number of records, right? So here, if you see, if you wanted to do the calculation or perform such calculation, you need to just go and here create a calculated field, right? So what I did, I created a calculation name as company's response, right? And then I write a function. I've already done it, so just to save time. Yeah. So this was the form. This is the formula. So sum of timely response divided by sum of number of records, right? So here you can see, so you will get the number, right? And then you have to, once you have written this formula, then you have to go go here and just change it to the percentage wise, percentage of the grand total. Here it is. Okay. Yeah. So I'll go here. I'll go here, quick table calculation, and click on the percentage of total. Now I also got the data, this particular percentage of total. Cool. So this so now are all the elements of our data set is ready. What I'll show, what I've just shown you guys, all the data sets are completely ready. Now we have to consolidate all the single sheets into one main data frames. So to create that, I will now create a new dashboard, not sheet, new dashboard over here. See, I'll just click on new dashboard, and I'll quickly what do. You have to first of all take this horizontal containers. So these are the elements which you have to work from in the left hand side. Now I'll just add the container over here, and I'll make this as a floating. Floating means you can easily move your containers or the boxes anywhere in this particular sheet. I'll just drag this out, and so this dashboard takes a little time to create, because you have to sit and do all the alignments and all. To create a very fancy dashboard, you need to sit long hours sometimes. Okay, so I've taken out the main this frame, and then I'll put one frame over here, second frame over here, and third frame over here. Right now we have all the frames, which means that we will be showing our data in three ways, right? Like three elements of the data, which is total complaints, in progress, and timely response. Okay, so here I'll just take it out. Moving on, this one, yeah. So I'll also pick it from this side. Credit card dashboard. Here. So this particular three levels ready. Okay, now if you can see here, we have made this particular two frame in now two elements of our dashboard is ready. And what I have done, I have picked up from each sheet side over here. Yeah, so total number of complaints is done. Now what I will do, I will show you how to include a map dashboard. I will just first delete this one. Yeah, now what I'll show you the map. So here we had made the density chart, right? I'll just drag this density chart over here. So one more important thing is that whatever sheets you have created over here, you can see easily access in the sheets. And the best part of the Tableau is that whatever sheets you have already taken in this mainframe of the data visualization, it tick marks on that particular sheets. If you can see, it gives you the green tick mark, right? It means that you have taken out this chart into this mainframe of the data set, mainframe of the dashboard. Now, what I'll do, I will just spread it out over here like this and just spread more like as per the alignment. So alignment thing, you need to take little bit extra care. Okay. Now our second element is also ready, right? Which is map and main indicators. Now the third part is, I will just delete this out. I'll show you how you can take out this particular charts over here. Similarly, now I wanted to see the company's response to customers, right? I will just drag this out over here and pop it in, paste it over here. Now I will just simply stretch as per the sheet alignment. Yeah, if you can see this changes happening. Okay, now we have also company's response over here. And the last element is issues. See, issues I have not taken out over here, so it doesn't give a green tick, right? Once I just spread it, drag it down here, it will give you a green tick, which means you have used this chart.
Sir, just a gentle reminder that
Yes, I'll complete in this, take 10 to 15 minutes more. It's
Sure.
mostly completed.
Sure.
Okay, so your dashboard is ready, right? If you can see, your dashboard is ready, but still there's one more work which needs to be done. If you can see here, this dashboard is not dynamic. Like suppose if I am clicking on this particular close with explanation, the numbers are not changing, right? Even the maps is also not changing. Sorry, I zoomed out a little bit. Yeah, this map is also not changing, and the above number is also not changing. To make this dynamic, you need to work, you need to do one more, perform one more exercise, which is just go into dashboard. In dashboard, you can see actions, right? In actions here, you need to add action and go to filter. Okay, so you can see that these are the indicators, or these are the elements which we have used in our dashboard. Now what I wanted to make a dynamic is that if I click on the company's response, I need a data according to the company's response made to customers, right? So to perform that, I will only do one thing. I will just first of all, I'll uncheck all the variables and only check the company's response to customer, which is this one, second one, right? I only check this one and I have unchecked all the items. I'll just uncheck this one also. Timely response, and I will change the run action on select, which is if I select only one indicator or one observation, it will give all the values will be changed accordingly, right? And I wanted to perform this exercise on all the numbers, and I will say okay. See, now I have tapped on the second one. Let's say if I tap on select this particular option, close with explanation. See, so your number is changing. Now it has become 8,000. Your this map will also change. Just a second. Your map will also change, and your number over here also changes, right? Now in progress is no more. There's no in progress complaint there, right? Because what this indicator is showing that it has been closed. If I see in progress, I'll click on in progress, right? See here. Now this issues is also changing, which is out of 329, 72 issues were of billing disputes. And see, your map is also changed, right? So if you can see here, billing disputes were mostly on the east side of USA, right? And your this number is also changed. If I see, if I ultimately respond, if I only just tap on the closed with no explanation, it's just a closed. So it was around 649. Closed with no explanation, and the map is also changing. And if you see here, uh, 96%, 96.3% were was timely resolved, right? So this is how the dashboard is being now. After once your dashboard is ready, you have to just click on the publish, and it will automatically publish your data in your Tableau cloud account, right? You can't still download the data because you need to have the premium access. But if you wanted to work and if you wanted to just explore the features, you can always do that, and you can upload your this output on the Tableau cloud. It will be automatically saved over there. So you just need to click on go to workbook. Once you go to workbook, it will open. So here, if you can see, it says that you have 13 days trial left in your account. Yeah. So just be mindful of that. So whatever sheets you have created, you can see all has been saved in the Tableau cloud account, right? Everything has been saved. So if you wanted to access your dashboard, just go to this particular dashboard. So I saved it as a credit card dashboard, and I'll click on it. Just give me a moment. It's uploading. Yeah, so here's your dashboard. It's ready. It's good to go. You can show it to your client. Can show it to your professor. You can use it in on academics. So this is how the Tableau dashboards are being made. I have showed you just a very brief example. I've just given you. This is a very simple Tableau dashboard. In the organizations, in the company which we make, it's a very highly dashboard. It's a each variable change. Each variables are each variable has its own actions. So it's a very complex. It's a very amazing to work. So this is how the dashboards are being prepared. It's very easy, simple to use. You just have to use it on a regular basis. You have to do the trial and error. You have to keep on experimenting. You have to be a little more creative in terms of showing your data in a different way, right? So here I'll pause my session, and over to you guys. If you have any questions, if you have any doubt, happy to take it out over here. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there was Dr. Firdaus, can we take one or two questions?
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there was one feature that you were showing, and one participant, Dr. Raja, could not understand that. So I would request Dr. Raja to please ask the question again. Sir, are you there? Okay. I would continue with the next question. The other question is, how can we define big data, whether it is generally primary data or secondary data?
Okay, so I think this particular question has already been covered by all the experts. So I'll quickly just give a brief. It doesn't matter it's a primary data or secondary data. Data is a data, right? So your big data comprises of secondary data as well and the primary data as well. It's a both combination, right? So if you see in a daily basis, Google generates a ample amount of data. They have the Google server centers all across the world. Especially Microsoft has the data server across under the ocean, right? So what does it does? It captures your internet accessibility, what you are searching, what you are daily Googling, what you are doing. It accumulates in one place, and it so that's a primary data. What Google is doing, right? What you are using, suppose you are downloading the, you are doing the analysis of, let's say, GDP data, and it's GDP led data of around 20 years, 30 years. So that GDP data is not considered as a big data because it has a time horizon of only 20 years, and the volume of data which GDP gives you, the number of observations very limited. So it is a combination of both. It does not mean that only primary data is a big data or the secondary data is a big data. I would say it's a both, since it's a data set. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Participants, do you have any other questions? Please write it in the chat box, or you can directly ask to Lucky sir.
Anyone have any question? I hope you like the session. I am really sorry because Tableau is so vast that you need to spend a lot of time. I tried to fit because the time also was also very limited, but it Tableau can be based on the whole day or the whole week workshop as well. So it's a very long thing. It depends how you use it, depending on the usability. Nowadays, you have the ample amount of courses available as well on YouTube, available on Coursera, right? Or even LinkedIn also provide the free courses on this Tableau. You can take that courses, skill up yourself, and in today's time, especially in the corporate, data visualization is considered a good, skills. So everyone should know a little bit of data visualization since everyone is in the knowledge business. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, as the participants do not have any questions, I would like to move towards the end of the session. I personally thank Mr. Lucky Pandey for conducting this exciting session and wonderful session and concising so much of information in just 1 hour or so, and sharing entire understanding of Tableau in just this session is very condensed, informative, and exciting also. We would love to have you on board again with us, and thank you so much for making us understand how data is important, and then we can move towards tools, softwares, and understanding them. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your expertise with us. I also thank Dr. Malik, Jammu and Kashmir Economic Association, and Jindal Center for Global South for providing me this opportunity. I also thank my colleague, Dr. Bhagirath Baria, co-convener of the workshop, for providing and sharing this opportunity with me. I am really thankful, grateful to you, sir. And I hand this session over to Dr. Firdaus Malik. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So again, on behalf of Jammu and Kashmir Economic Association, Jindal Center for Global South, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Lucky Pandey, our esteemed resource person, and Ms. Devanshi, our wonderful moderator, I can say, for today's session on big data Tableau. A resounding success, I can say. Mr. Pandey, your deep insight is in the world of big data, where people are afraid and they are still having confusion. What is big data, primary and secondary, such type of questions. And the way you have, shown your practical demonstration on Tableau and have been incredibly, enlightening. So I was also playing during my MPhil and PhD how to create a map of my field Saturday. But those days I have taken the help from the experts from geography and all. Nowadays we are having different tools. So you have taken what we can, sometimes be a complex subject. You have broken down it, some, into small pieces. That was both accessible and engaging. But due to shortage of time, we appreciate your time, efforts, and expertise in guiding us through our this ever evolving field. So a special thanks also to our moderator, Ms. Devanshi, for steering today's session so smoothly, and your excellent coordination ensured that the session was interactive and informative, and that all of us could make the most out of the experience. So to all the participants, thank you for your attention and the participation as we are, dealing with it since last 6 days. We hope today's session has empowered you with new knowledge, all of us, and new skills that we can carry forward in our journey. So once again, a big thank you to Mr. Lucky Pandey, Ms. Devanshi for making this event a memorable and successful one.
So I would like to, sir, also I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Firdaus. Thank you so much, sir, for your lovely words. Thank you, Himanshi. Thank you, Dr. Bhagirath Baria, for providing me this opportunity. And a big thanks to all the participants who took out precious time and investing. I would say investing the time in learning new things. This workshop is going since a week, and I have been also part in multiple sessions. Tremendous amount of guidance we are getting from the all the panels, and tomorrow also we are looking forward for the Python session. I would request everyone, please do attend that one as well. Also, I will be putting my email address over in the chat. So if anyone have any contact, wants to contact me, wants to understand more about Tableau data set or about the more of a, I would say, corporate thing also, happy to help you out, happy to make and give you the guidance about it. So thank you so much, everyone.
So I would like to request all the participants to open your camera. We can have a group photo. Meanwhile, I will also put on record